Okay, so if you're new to the whole custom keyboard hobby, then you're probably wondering where to begin, and maybe even the first keyboard you want to buy. Well, maybe this video will help. Howdy, welcome back to another video on the Keebs YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be going over my two favorite budget keyboards, the KBD67 Lite R3 and the Keychron Q2. I will compare the sound profile, the looks of the cases, and everything else that lies underneath the keycaps for you guys. If you end up enjoying the video, and all the, just in general, you like the content that I make, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment something, maybe like a video idea or something that I can use. And, very possibly your comment could become a video. Also, make sure to check out all the links in my description, including the Discord, affiliate links, and the sponsor of this video, FIFINE. More on that later. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you guys is, the looks of these boards. Generally, both of these boards look very nice. So starting off with the Keychron Q2, generally, it looks very clean. Let me just unplug it so I have a little bit more mobility here. It's very shiny, if you have any kind of studio lights or anything, shining on these, you can definitely see the shiny aluminum, and honestly, it just, whew. See the back too, very nice clean edges, nothing really bizarre, and it comes with rubber feet, and it has nice little gold nails that honestly I don't know if they really planned on putting these gold screws in here, but gold and blue goes very well together. Okay, so my KBD67 Lite right here, of course, way lighter, and it's made of plastic, so it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't look as good as the KBD67 Lite in terms of what the case is made out of, and what the plastic looks like, because you can see all the screws on the inside. I mean, that's mainly because I picked the translucent version, but generally the KBD67 Lite, honestly, this is probably one of the biggest things I would have to say about the looks for this. I hate this with a passion. This looks awful. Look at that. It's like they put whoever designed this little insignia on the back needs to be fired. Other than that, the rest of the case looks pretty decent. Also, don't mind the little crack I have in the back of the keyboard. I don't even know how that happened. I know, guys, I'm ruining my $200+ keyboard. But, there's rubber feet, so that's a plus. And actually, the thing that this has over the Keychron is I like the layout a lot better. Even though they're both the same layout, they're both 65%. You can actually see a pretty decent difference. I have both of these buttons assigned to print screen, so I'm just going to refer to them as the print screen button. This one is higher up, and I know this is all preference and everything, but I don't like this. I do not like that. I typically just like everything to be lined up, and that's where the KBD67, kind of surpasses the Keychron Q2. Okay, so the next thing we should talk about is, the insides of these keyboards. So, of course, I'm going to take apart the Keychron Q2 first because it takes a lot longer to do. So, you have to have a special screwdriver to actually get these screws out. It can't just be like some normal screw. Okay, I might have actually messed up this one screw on. Oh my god. Well, this is going to be a bit. 1 second. Okay, now that we have it open, we can see, the bottom case comes with this black film. I don't know if that's in, yeah, that's in focus. Yeah, you guys can see this black film on the bottom. There's also some very thin foam in the bottom. I don't really know the effects of that. I don't know if it's actually effective. I also tape modded this thing, so ignore the tape modding. I actually put tape modding in both of these keyboards, so they'll both have pretty much the same mods besides the stuff the board actually comes with. And then it also comes with a daughter board. Pretty cool. Just gonna unplug that. You guys can see everything comes to keyboard is gas. The plate foam. So we have the plate foam, and the PCB, which makes for a very interesting sound profile. This stuff alone, why didn't we just make it a plateless board and just have like an external? Okay, that would honestly be a cool video idea, like doing an extreme modding video of the Keychron Q2. Okay, so then you guys are probably wondering about the stabilizers. Are they plate mount? Are they PCB mounted stabilizers? And to answer that, they are PCB mounted. They are, the Keychron stabilizers, the green ones that are pretty rumored to be terrible. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they're of course better than any plate mount that I've ever seen, but they're not the best. I mean, I would take KBD fans stabilizers over these any day. So that should tell you what I think about those. I mean, they sound pretty decent. Also, if you're wondering about the switch I have on here, it's the Bangood linears. Okay, then on the top bit of the case, we have rubber stoppers, or I think they're called breakers. I don't really know what these are called. I think they're for the gaskets. I really couldn't tell you. And we have where the standoffs are, and then it's a really basic case, so you know, it's very, very easy for beginners to really figure it out. You know, you don't actually really have to even assemble most of the stuff because this board comes pre-assembled, which gives it an extra point compared to the KBD67 Lite. Okay, setting that aside, we're gonna put that back together later. We are going to go back. We are gonna go into the insides of of the KBD67 Lite, and to go into this, we're going to need the special screwdriver that they included. If you do end up getting the KBD67 Lite and you want to mod it again, I suggest not getting rid of this thing because it's the only thing that can really get the screws off, unless you can find the specific shape of the screw, which I think it's just a hex screw. But if you don't have one of those hex screwdrivers, then I suggest you keep this. All right, I forgot how long it takes to get these screws out. Well, don't mind, I'm really bad at keeping track of screws, so I'm missing like 2 screws into the board, which might affect some of the sound profile. I really don't know if it does or not. I mean, everything affects sound profile at this point. Okay, let's flip this thing over and pop this thing open. All right, one of the screws actually just fell out, so let's just hang on to that just to make sure we don't, you know, we don't lose it. So let's take off the top plate, which is very basic. You know, it's a very basic plastic top plate, and it's basically just like the Keychron Q2s. It has these little rubber bits in here. I don't really know what they do, but that's where they share similarities, besides the fact that this is plastic. And then as we pick this thing up, you'll see that there is a silicone, you know, dampener underneath the plate, and it's between the plate and PCB. So I think this is honestly a better dampening mechanism for between the plate and PCB rather than foam. So this is where I would give the KBD67 Lite some points, and why you should maybe want to buy this instead of the Keychron. And of course, just like the Keychron, this thing comes with screw-in stabilizers, and they're KBD fans' own stabilizers, which are very, very close to quality to the Durock stabilizers, and honestly, they're pretty decent, I would say. Not as good as Durock, because I have Durock stabilizers on a 40%, and honestly, they sound very good. And I think there's some kind of gasket mounting system, like it's built into the silicone dampener. I'm not 100% sure, but if you want to look into that, sure, go ahead. And then at the bottom of the case, we have some plate foam, which is better than the one that was in the Keychron. It's a lot thicker and a lot better of a material. And of course, we also have the tape mod on the bottom, so you'll get basically the same mods plus whatever came within the packaging. All right, let's get these things reassembled and we'll go to the sound profiles. All right, that took a little bit too long to put back together, but surprisingly, okay. All right, so that took a little bit longer than expected to put these back together. Anyways, before we actually get into the sound profile, of course, I had to tell you about my sponsor, FIFINE. All right, so first we need to move these keyboards out of the way. Then we need to zoom out a package. All right, so we're completely zoomed out now for this package that FIFINE actually sent to me. So this is one of their microphones they wanted me to do a little bit of a segment on, and I'm like, hey, I do sound tests for videos, so why don't you just send me this microphone and I can talk about it for a bit. So I've definitely looked at a few reviews of this microphone to see if it was any good before I took the offer, and it seemed very intriguing because a lot of people had very good things to say about it. You know, however, you know, I was still skeptical. I'm like, is it really going to be good or not? And you know, I guess we're going to find out today. So this package is only $60. I have the Amazon listing on the screen if you want to see it. And it comes with a nice little boom arm. It comes with a pop filter that kind of just goes on the front here. It actually attaches using a little mechanism that's on the shock mount, and this microphone fits perfectly. I don't actually know how to get it out of the shock mount, to be honest. But let's get this thing set up. So of course it comes with, I don't think it comes with anything else. It actually comes with a ton of foam, which I might use for a keyboard build later, so thank you, FIFINE. By the way, this microphone, I forgot to mention, is the FIFINE A6T. I should have probably told you guys the model. So we probably want to move my mic a little bit out of the way. Okay, so let's get the clamp on my desk. Okay, it's a little bit off frame, but I can tell you it actually looked pretty good. It actually is pretty sturdy. Better than any cheap boom arm I've actually ever seen. Also, it's like 4 AM. I don't know why I'm doing this video at 4 AM. I should have just said, hey guys, sorry, delay in video. But instead, I decided to grind this video out. You know, like I should. Right, it just fits right in just like that. And then, alright, and the screw. Then I'm pretty sure you just mount on the microphone using this little bit right here. Alright. Seems pretty good to me. Alright. This thing is surprisingly like really light. Alright. I don't know if it's in frame. Put it down. There we go. We have this thing even for anyone's audio setup. This should be pretty. So I'm going to plug it, which honestly isn't terrible. One thing I really don't like though is that there's not really any strap packaging that how cable stability putting it onto the, you know, the boom arm. I don't really know how well this is going through to the microphone I'm using right now, but yeah, I think yeah, this is a very bad. There's no really good way to get it to my computer. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to use the coiled cable I got. There, boom. Boom, we have it plugged in. Alright, let's switch over to the microphone for the audio. Alright, this is the FIFINE microphone with all my current mic settings. I don't know how this sounds at all. So as soon as I'm watching the edit back, I'm going to be hearing it for the first time on these mic settings. So I'm gonna figure out whether it's good or bad. Hopefully it's good. Alright, so it's time to go over the sound profiles of these boards, I guess. So let's move this microphone upwards. I think that took up enough time out of the video. So let's just get our sound test out of the way, and I'm gonna talk about things that are probably going to affect the sound profile, I guess. Of course, there is the foam within the Keychron. The Keychron tends to use more foam than the KBD67 Lite. The KBD67 Lite uses more silicone than foam, so it might be a very interesting comparison. Anyways, let's do this. Okay, so the rest of the audio from that clip actually cut out. What I was gonna say is that I honestly like the KBD67 Lite better, generally because it's, you know, a lot cheaper, it has, you know, a shorter shipping time, and just in general, I think it has really good value in the board. I also really like the sound profile of this keyboard a lot better than the Keychron. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and for the comment for this part of the video, say hashtag KBD67 Lite GOAT. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.